Bubble, 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 bubble. So did you know that Crunchyroll now has a store here in the UK? So if you order any figures from their website, you don't have to pay that crazy shipping charge. Well, the same day that I found that out, I was at my local toy store with my daughter and came across these Jujutsu Kaisen bobbleheads from Crunchyroll. Coincidence? Maybe. But let's see if these are any good. Hi all, my name's Daniel and welcome to Twisted Geek. And these bobblehead figures that they're advertising were only about £5 each, so about $6.5–7ish dollars. Now they call them Bobble Heroes, but I don't think actually the heads actually move at all. It doesn't appear to be that way, but there is quite a few in the set if we look at the sides here there. So there is actually quite a few, and the ones we managed to pick up today are Yuji, Nobara and Megumi. So we're going to take a look at these three, see what the details are like, see what the packaging is overall like, and see if these are actually worth that price point. And then figure out if it is might be worth it at some point to go directly to Crunchyroll and maybe try to order a figure directly from Crunchyroll and see what the whole service is about. So first let's have a look at Yuji. So quick inspection over the box. It is actually quite a nice box. You have that little window section of course, so you can see the figure straight away. No mysteries here, you get to see everything straight away. On the side of course we have all the different ones you can get, total of 8. And they've got them laid out slightly different on the other side. Not too sure why, maybe just a bit of variety, but it's essentially just exactly the same thing. On the top, just the nice logo and that it is actually Bobble Heroes. All your warnings and everything onto the backs there. The bottom, similar kind of things. You have all your recycled materials and information on it. And of course we have the figure directly in there. So let's just open all three at once and we'll take a closer look of every single character. There is just one slightly bit of seal on the top, which we can just use the scalpel to get through that. Nice bit of plastic inside, double sided, keeping the character fully in there. And there we have, oh, makes more sense now. Put him down there. So I'm actually going to guess here that Hero Bobble must be made up of multiple different like series that into them. When you look at them inside the packaging, they just look like little figures. But as we take them out, we get to see that there is, there we go, a bobbly head. You can see there, spring on the underneath. And I say, as you hold like this, it just looks like a little chibi figure. But no, it's got that little shake, which is quite nice. And that is the same for all of them. Whoa, wobble, wobble, wobble. And Megumi, so you're not happy at all, but wobble, 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 wobble. Looking at Megumi, there's not really much going on. One colour, one tone top, but there is lots of little detail in the fold and everything around him, and there's a little bit difference there in his shoes. We do have a stamp on the back, if you can see it on his top. I'll try to move it on this camera. It is in black on his navy top, so it's hard to see, but there is got that code there to show that this is an official figure. Eyes and everything look pretty cool. Mold mark wise, there's a little mold mark at the sides, but for something like this where it's conjoined together, that is here nor there. It's something very small and it's very subtle, so it's not really that noticeable. Nobara, same kind of thing, it's just where the head is coming together. They have that spring there inside, but the way they actually putting the hair on, though there is a line you can see on this one, this time mold mark, the same mold mark that goes across the head, the main head itself does not continue on the hair, so that's molded slightly different on top, which just kind of breaks that mold line up a little bit, which is actually a nice little touch. This might not be intentional, this might just be random, but it's a nice little touch to see that. I didn't actually see that mold line on Megumi's hair. Nobara looks very, very pasty in this. Skin is a very matte. We'll go to Megumi, it's a very more gloss plastic. This is a very matte plastic, which is a strange way of doing it and changing it up that way. I don't know why they did that, especially if we go to Yuji here. He is back to being the gloss. So I don't know if that's a different production method, or is it just Nobara here, or is it multiple characters in it? I'm not quite sure, because if there is 8, I managed to get me hold of hands on these 3. I sorry won't get the rest, because these are quite nice, little details in it, but I don't think they're personally that great. On a budget, little small figures to add your collection for not much money, absolutely amazing. As a collector item, I am not too sure about the way the overall look with the eyes. They're not too bad, but they're not great. They're not going to live up to say a cute pocket standards, or price figure standards, I don't believe, but they're still quite nice and they're a little bit different. But that is just my opinion on these. What do you think of these Bobble Heroes from Crunchyroll? You might absolutely love them and think they're amazing. Me, I've never been a huge fan of like bobbleheads anyway, but I did want to give them a try, had to give them the benefit of the doubt. Let me know down below what your thoughts are, and when you're down there, go on, smash that subscribe button, it'll be greatly appreciated. My name has been Daniel, this has been Twisted Geek, hope you have an awesome week. Cheers.